Hello, hi everybody, myself Halavat Ramesh. Today we will discuss specially UGC-NET Environmental Science syllabus, how to preparation for the UGC-NET for Environmental Science, how to crack the UGC-NET in Environmental Science and previous bits, and especially the PhD Environmental Science offering institutions and universities, colleges in Hyderabad we will discuss today in detail. So coming to that, our next slide. You can see that UGC-NET Environmental Science exam is conducted by the NTA National Testing Agency, and this exam is conducted by twice in a year, that is online mode, the multiple choice question. And this UGC-NET Environmental Science contain two papers. Paper 1 is common for all and paper 2 is the specialist subject like Environmental Science. So number of questions is the 150 and 3 hours, and negative marking, there is no negative marking. And coming to the UGC-NET Environmental Science exam pattern. So the candidate must check out of the following table under the UGC-NET exam Environmental Science pattern. The exam is online mode and the duration is 3 hours, means 180 minutes. The number of papers exam consists of paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 is common paper for the subject and tested to teaching and research aptitude of the candidate. It contains a 50 objective type questions and the marks is the 100 marks. And coming to the paper 2 is the specific subject paper and it consists of 100 objective type questions and total marks is the 200. So the mark scheme of each correct answer carry the 2 marks. There is no negative marks for making for the incorrect answer. Then coming to that, what is the UGC-NET Environmental Science qualifying marks? So the qualifying marks of the UGC-NET Environmental Science exam are determined by the University Grant Commission UGC, and the UGC set the minimum qualifying criteria for the both paper 1 and paper 2 of the UGC-NET exam. Here there is a qualifying marks criteria for NET. So paper 1 you need to score the 40% of aggregate marks for the paper 1. So means the total 100 marks you consist of at least the 40 marks for the paper 1. And paper 2 candidate needs to secure into the minimum 40% aggregate in the paper 2 and the total marks is the 200. The candidate at least secure at least 80 marks for the qualifying criteria. So in the reservation again is having the SC, ST and the other categories. From there you will understood what is next. You can find out the qualifying marks. Next coming to that our syllabus for the UGC-NET. This is a qualifying marks. Next coming to the exactly what are the syllabus in UGC-NET in Environmental Science. So Unit 1 first is the Fundamental of Environmental Science. Unit 1 Fundamental of Environmental Science, and again you have the subtopic of this first unit. You can see definition and the principle and scope of the environmental science, structure and composition of environmental, hydrosphere, lithosphere and biosphere, laws of hydrodynamics, heat transfer process, mass and energy transfer across the various interfaces and material balance, and metallurgical parameters, interaction between the earth, man and environment, and biogeographic province of the world and agroclimate zones of India, and concept of sustainable development, natural resource and their assessment, remote sensing and geographical information system, environmental education and awareness, environmental ethics. These are the first unit subtopics. Coming to the next unit is the environmental chemistry. So second unit is the environmental chemistry. Most of this is very important and it comes most of these bits from this unit. So fundamental of environmental chemistry and the composition of air, particles and ions and radicals in the atmosphere, inorganic and organic components of soil, toxic chemicals, principle of analytical methods. These all comes under the subtopics of the environmental chemistry. And third unit is environmental biology. So ecology and interdisciplinary science, ecosystem structure and functions, and basis of ecosystem classification, type of ecosystem, biomes and population ecology, community ecology, biodiversity and its conservation, concept of industrial ecology, toxicology and microbiology, environmental biotechnology. These are the few subtopics of the environmental biology, and the fourth unit is the environmental geoscience. This is also one of the important topic. The origin of earth, weathering or including the weathering reactions, erosions, transportation, and the deposition of sediments, geochemical classification of elements, abundance of the elements in bulk, earth, crust, hydrosphere and biospheres, natural resource explosions and exploitations of related environmental concerns, historical perspective of conservation of non-renewable resource, natural hazards. Then coming to the fifth unit is the sun has the source of energy. What is the fifth unit? Energy and environment. So the fifth unit also important. You can see the sun has the source of energy, solar radiation, and it's the spectral characteristics of fossil fuels, principles of generation of hydropower, total energy, ocean thermal energy, conversion of wind power and geothermal energy and solar energy, nuclear energy, bioenergy, environmental implications of energy use. Next, coming to that sixth unit, environmental pollution and control. So pollution, again you'll see the subtopics: air pollution, noise pollution, and the water pollution, soil pollution, thermal, marine pollution and radioactive. And coming to the seventh unit, solid and hazardous waste management. How that nowadays is big challenging about the solid waste management, the waste management in various industries. This is the very important topic for the UGC-NET. And next, coming to that eighth unit is environmental assessment and management and legislation. So the aims and objective for environmental assessment, these are very important, and risk assessment, environmental policy, environmental conventions and agreements. These are the important bits will come in NET. Coming to that next, ninth topic is the statistics approach and the modeling of environmental science. So aptitude and variations, types of variable, scales of measurements, measurement of central tendency and the dispersion and stand errors. These topics will covered into these units. And coming to the last one, 10th topic is contemporary environmental issues. So this is also is covered in the main bits: global environmental issues, biodiversity loss and climate change, ozone layer depletion, national action plan on climate change, current environmental issues in India. This is the up to this total 10 units of the environmental science UGC-NET syllabus. And another one is the slide. You can see the top institutions for the PhD in environmental science offering universities, institutions in Hyderabad. So first one is the top one for the environmental science, IIT Hyderabad. IIT Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Hyderabad is offering PhD in environmental science, the Greenco School of Sustainability. Then JNTH, Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad, Kukatpalli, also offering the PhD in environmental science. Next, third one is the Usmania University, PhD in environmental science. Fourth one, Vaxen University, PhD in environmental science. And fifth one, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, PhD in environmental science. And sixth one, University of Hyderabad. So Central University of Hyderabad also offering the Center of Earth, Ocean, Atmospheres. That is one of the important center, and this is newly constructed building in Central University of Hyderabad, and this is the one of the top most research center for Earth, Ocean and Atmospheric Science. This is comes under the University of Hyderabad. This is offering PhD in environmental science. And seventh one, BITS Pilani, Hyderabad. They are offering PhD in environmental science. Next, eighth one is the Environmental Protection Training and Research Institute. This also taking care of these admissions in environmental science. Next one is CSIR, Negri National Geographical Research Institute in here Tarnaka route in Hapsiguda. They are having this CSIR. They are offering PhD in environmental science. And next one, CSIR, Negri National Environmental Research Institute, especially in Tarnaka in IICT beside it is there. It is offering especially in Hyderabad, one of the premier research institute for environmental science. And next one is the 11th one, Geetam University Hyderabad is offering PhD in environmental science. Next, coming to that, NECMOR University of Construction Studies. This is, you can see, this is one of the best premier university, and this is offering PhD in environmental science. You can see that I wrote here the very address clearly, Shambirpeta it is in Hyderabad, and it is offering also diploma course. One is the postgrad diploma in health, safety and environmental management. There is a School of Energy and Clean City. They are offering PhD in environmental and water resource, and they are taking the PhD has a one entrance test with the NPAT, National NECMOR PhD admission test. They are giving the fellowship 35,000. So here is the area is absorption studies of waste management, reducing carbon footprint, and many other water treatment techniques. That this is, I think this is one of the best university for the environmental science in future. These are the 12 best universities and institutions for offering PhD in environmental science, especially in Hyderabad. Now coming to the some previous year, the environmental science previous bits, what are they asked? I was mentioned here. You can see this is the paper 2 special in subject specific. This paper contain 50 objective types, 100 objective type questions for carry the each one 2 marks. There is no negative marking. So first one question is the carbon monoxide is air is called as contaminant, pollutant, and pollutant and sink. So carbon monoxide is one of the pollutant in air. So correct answer is the pollutant. And second one, which is the contaminant? Sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, methyl isocyanide and carbon dioxide. So methyl isocyanide is one of the contaminant for this pollution. Third one question is biochemical oxygen demand, BOD is the test needs for how many days? 5 days, 3 days, 8 days and 1 day. So 5 days is required to the analysis of biochemical oxygen demand in text samples. Next, coming to the fourth bit, DOS test is valuable test for the analysis of sewage water. So BOD biochemical oxygen demand, COD chemical oxygen demand, Finkler and all. So BOD is the valuable test for the analysis of sewage water. Next, fifth one question, which of the following substance would increase BOD of a water body? So first one is the carbon dioxide and O3, and third one is the alcohol, and fourth one is the all. So the fifth one bit is the right answer, is the alcohol is the right answer. So you can think these fifth already it came in last year for exam. So you can see here this fifth one bit in 2002 and 2003 it's came in UGC-NET environmental science. Now sixth one bit, which of the following is a measure of bacteria present in water? So bacteria will present in water, you will measure from BOD, biochemical oxygen demand. The right answer is BOD. Next, which of the river is in India is supported to be polluted in dead bodies? So dead bodies, which river is supported? Godavari, Krishna, Ganga and all. So Ganga is the best example for this dead bodies pollution. Next, coming to that next bit, you can see here the nature of poisonous gas is present in the exhaust of car is, so acidic carbon monoxide, acidic carbon dioxide, neutral carbon dioxide, acidic C2H2. So the eighth one right answer is neutral CO2 is the right answer. Now you can see the next one bit, the disease caused by the excess fluoride in water. So what happen if that our drinking water is having excess fluoride? You can see the Nalgonda is best example. So what happened? The skeletal fluorosis disease will be happen. And that this is the 10th bit, and this all the bits you can read it future. You will be sees these are the previous repeated bits. I was mentioned addition of phosphate in fertilizer into the water leads to, and this is also few of the bits in repeated in previous last year UGC-NET. And this is also you can see the some large parts of Eastern India got in water contaminated by the arsenic. And this is another one bits. You can see thoroughly, you can practice these few of the important bits already you'll mention in previous repeated bits. You can see these are also previous bits, and these previous bits in the answer. And you can see, I hope you will get definitely to these bits you will be confirmed by the next in future exam in UGC-NET environmental science. So thank you very much.